Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, this is my grow room, which is within the shed and the greenhouse grow room, and it's been quite successful. The lights have worked quite well, but we've only managed to have one level with lights, and I was restricted with the height because of the heater. So the heater that we used in the greenhouse grow room is going in there. I'll lower that staging down and that'll give me more room. And I'll be incorporating some of this into the greenhouse grow room, because some of the space blankets now, they're very brittle, but they've done the job. They've reflected all the light onto the plants, and I've been pleased with what I've got from here. So just move into the greenhouse grow room. Now, I built this, there is videos on the playlist. So this half we were always able to dismantle this. Some of the bits are there, so I've put those there so we don't lose them. And because of the issues, I was going just to use this half, if you can imagine it, covered at the top, and then put the plants in here with lights, and that never worked. So we ended up having to bring them out onto the top, but we hadn't got much room. And as the spring approached, it got too warm in here. So this now is set up as summer mode, so that we can have some plants sitting at the bottom, going up in the usual way. You might think, well, why have you got all this silver foil there? Well, I've got a fence panel there, so we get no light coming there. We've got the summer house and the fence in there, and then we've got my log store there. So realistically, this silver foil will either help or hinder, but everything at the moment seems to be growing quite well. And when winter comes, the shelving that we've got there, that's where the shelving's going to be over the winter months. So I can have a storage underneath, shelving there, and maybe, if I'm really lucky, get some lights there, depending on whether Mrs. King gives me any more pocket money or not. These are the poppies that the seed pod fell into my wife's hand. She brought them back, and she was shaking the pod upside down, saying I can hear the seeds, but she didn't realise that the holes at the top were at the bottom. Didn't realise how they worked. But we got quite a few nice poppies there, and hopefully they'll do well. I've tried to sow some, I have some lettuce. This is some new lettuce. This is, I've moved the label. So this is a French salad lettuce, French salad leaves mix, and we know they're lettuce. These are some of my old seed, and as you can see, only the rocket has took. The lamb's lettuce, the little gem, and the little gem delight lettuce haven't come to any good. I've left the staging there because that's fixed, so I've had one of the cucumbers go up there, and that can run along the top, and hopefully then the cucumbers will dangle down. Now, I think these are market more. That's one of the ones that we just piled the seed up, remember, and then they all chitted. This is one of Jazz's, the dwarf variety tomato. A bloody butcher there in the corner, again doing well. And I think this is the telepathy. I sowed those on the 7th of April. They should come really good now. Here are the cuttings from the dahlias. I have checked those, but they were a little dry, so I've put them on a drop of water. As you can see, the bigger ones are now looking as if they want to feed, and that's one of my giant parsnips, not a dahlia. So I'm pleased with those, and I'm not sure whether these trays are going to be deep enough to grow lettuce in, but we'll start off with those and see what happens. But it'll be nice just to come into the greenhouse with this shelving and do some cut and grow. Lots of you keep asking about the eggshells, because when you see them they're in that form, and bar gum, when that tub's full they are absolutely heavy. You think eggshells are quite light, not until you start compacting them down. It's normally over the summer I dry them, but I have been air drying them inside. That's could be a fresh lot, you can sometimes tell, but this is what my son eats in just over a week, and it soon mounts up. So we leave them in the buckets to dry a bit, then we put them there, and you can always tell when they're ready. They crush up really well. They go into that container, they go through that blender, and end up looking like that. Now be warned, those eggshells are like sandpaper and they do wear through, and I've destroyed one already. I haven't told Mrs. King yet. So that's the eggshells, lots and lots of them, but I have got a good source. But cafes and that sometimes will save them for you, but obviously it's the smell and hygiene. Just moving on to tea bags. I use the mushroom trays to dry them a little bit, and then I take them out the bags, and that gets emptied out into the wormery. Now if you remember when I did a bit of truck diving, we had all these planks. Some of these have got absolutely loads and loads of nails in, they're fastened together, but by the time you took it apart you've got some really good bits of timber that would cost you a bob or two. And there's nothing wrong with saving the nails. They're easily straightened if you wish to use them. I normally use decking screws because I normally take things apart afterwards, but well worth, even if it does look a little bit ugly in the skip, or when you do a bit of truck diving, with the owner's consent of course. You end up with that, and those now end up joining the rest up at the allotment, ready to make some perhaps I was thinking about doing some square foot gardening. Thank you very much guys, and your patience while I've been really busy at work. I've just about caught up with the comments, and I'm only about a day behind on the videos that I am watching. I am prioritising the people who comment on my channel, because I do like the interaction, and if people can interact with me, I'll interact with those. So that's where I prioritise watching the videos, and not overly keen on people not replying to my comments on their channels. So again, we prioritise who we watch, because I comment on everyone's videos that I do watch, so you know whether I've been there or not. Till next time my friends, ta-ra for now. Ooh, what are you doing? There you go. What you been digging?